love performing for a crowd of total strangers. Thank you much. I'm a very international man. I have friends from very far away, all the way back from Brooklyn. Okay, we got some Brooklyn friends in the back. We're clapping there. We got people coming all the way from New Jersey. All right, not the old one. It's as far away locales as Connecticut, because this room was not quite wet enough. A little whiter. I'm actually feeling pretty good right now. Came back from vacation recently, went to Montana. Did a little hiking trip, all right? Decided to do 60 miles. That's 60 miles in 5 days. I don't mean to brag, but I did walk fucking 60 miles in 5 days. I thought that would be a great chance for me to really work on some great new comedy, sort my shit out with life and really just like focus on things. But you'd be surprised how little you think about for 8 hours a day when you're hiking. It's pretty much just, ow, 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 followed by, why? But it's a beautiful place to be in pain, so it was awesome. I can't recommend it enough. I didn't bring you guys back anything, unfortunately. The whole souvenir thing is kind of lost on me. I work in an office, it's a small group of people, we're pretty close. So anytime they go on vacation, they always bring back some random trinket for everyone. And it's kind of pointless, like you go to the beach, oh, here's your saltwater taffy. Remember my vacation. Okay, I hope you had a good time. Thanks for the taffy. But the taffy at least is a little bit of effort. You get the people who get you the postcard of Fort Lauderdale at night from the airport. Good gift. The gifts I would have brought you back from Montana would have been weak at best, as all of the gifts that they had seemed to be revolving around chocolate that looks like animal shit. Bear droppings, moose droppings, little pellets that look like shit. That really erases all the work that the chocolate industry has done over the years to try to distance themselves from shit. The point of all these gifts is theoretically it's the thought that counts, but I couldn't in good conscience give that to my boss, like, hey. So I was in the gift shop at the airport, and I found these chocolate feces, and I thought of you. Didn't work out too well. Come back here to the city, though. I like being in the city. I'm from Connecticut. That's the Connecticut visitors in the room. I am actually a good example of what Connecticut is like. Ghostly pale complexion, right down to the asshole khakis. It's not actually the Constitution state anymore. We're going to change it to the Clorox state. We occasionally have minorities coming through because it's the 95 corridor. They're on their way to Boston. I don't say this as a good thing, just rather as contextualizing for this next little tidbit. My father is a very smart man, very good man, fairly decent guy, but hasn't spent much time in the city, thus not too familiar with non-white people, so he gets a little wigged out whenever he's in that situation, outside of his element. To illustrate, driving my brother to drop him off in the Bronx in his new apartment, he's going to Fordham, and he parks his car outside, notices, wait a minute, there's no white people here. Says to my brother, Matt, is it safe to park the car here? I don't want to come back and find my hubcap stolen. And it's just like, Alright, first of all, the market in the Puerto Rican community for 94 Outback hubcaps, not very good. Secondly, I think that's kind of a bullshit comparison, It's like, yeah, okay, it's not what you're used to, but don't judge like that. When I go back to Connecticut, I don't say to my dad, Dad, is it safe for me to hang out here? I don't want to turn into a waspy pussy. More so. But he means well. I mean, it's all about context anyway, folks, Like, I live in Harlem now, too. The real Harlem, the one around 110th Street. And anytime I go back to Connecticut, I'm the blackest thing in town. I can't get a cab. I get pulled over by the cops more often. It's terrible. I feel really inappropriate doing that. And again, context specific. I was in Montana on that hike. I'm a straight guy. There, I may as well have been the one-man gay pride parade. From the glasses, to the larger words, to the gesticulating of the hands. Come to think of it, I was also the blackest thing in Montana. It's all about that context. So, try some new stuff because I got a little time. People here ride the subway from time to time. None of us is that rich that we can't not ride the subway. I don't understand this trend that's been going on since time immemorial. You'll get on a subway car that is not completely full, but there's always tough guys just standing up anyway. Plenty of seats all around. No, I want to stand. And I just have to wonder what they're trying to prove. Because A, no one's impressed by the fact that you can stand. Good for you, that's great. On a moving vehicle, you should sit down. I have to imagine these guys, you come over to their house, oh, I gotta take a piss. Why don't you use my bathroom? I don't want to. I need to go right now. Up to you, my friend. We celebrate a lot of things, people being the first to do something. Ben Franklin, the first to find electricity. Good for him. I think history often overlooks some of the less exciting first. I really want to know, who was the first guy to use the word D-bag? Not douchebag. Douchebag's been along since time immemorial. What about the guy who's like, no, douchebag? Too nice. D-bag. Pretty sure it's the same guy who made a hole. That's the kind of stuff I'm going to put in textbooks when I'm rich enough to make my own university. Folks, I realized, I didn't talk about it tonight, but let me tell you, I hate advertising. It's a terrible scourge on society, basically. But I realized I think I kind of hate advertising because in many ways I am like advertising. I don't know you, but I think I know your problem. And for a tidy fee, I'll tell you, I'll fix it for you. If you don't have a problem, I'll give you one and fix it then too. Most egregiously, I'm like advertising in that, as you may have noticed, I tend to talk a lot of words, far too many words. I gotta condense it a bit. Advertising suffers from the same problem. Saw an ad on the subway the other day for Firestone tires. Get ready to be blown away. Firestone tires. And that's alright, it's hard to get excited about tires, but I know they could have made that infinitely sexier if they just took out a few key words. Get ready to be blown. Firestone tires. Alright folks, I'm Dan Upham, that's Blowjob Joke Joke.